Greetings, my friends. Puma Ghostwalker here. It is Saturday, the 19th of March, 2011, and tonight being the full moon, the closest the moon has been in 18 years, and we are also then on the heels of spring equinox, which is a symbol for us, spring, in all the cultures of the world, a symbol of renewal. After the long, dark, cold winter months, we celebrate the natural progression of life in the wild, life in our hearts. And I thought, what a perfect example to celebrate this today in the accompaniment of one of nature's most famous ambassadors of procreation, the European honeybee. And I also plan on opening the hives today. I made the decision to harvest the honey in early winter this past year because of my spring will be so busy. I didn't want to hurry the process, and so here we are. The bees are becoming more active. They're actually bringing back pollen. They have been for the past several days now. I imagine gathering the pollen from the flowers of the various bulbs, the springtime crocus and daffodils. So we see I am still feeding them, and right now I have back in my camper I have syrup cooling that I just recently made because they have developed a bit of a thirst. So today, well, first let me say I decided to do this in two parts. One with me here with my lovely female cohorts. We must remember that a bee colony is a matriarchal society, and that the populations are predominantly female, and the only males are the drones, and all the workers, every single worker here that we see coming in are females, and the one fertile queen to keep the populations going. In the summertime, the average lifespan of a worker bee is about 28 days, roughly. So there needs to be a lot of care to the brood. So I am devoting these two sessions once again, like last year, to the brood. And I will then put on one more layer, a honey super, and I perhaps may put an additional honey super prior to my departure of hiking the Appalachian Trail this year, is one of my personal goals for this season. So, like I said, tomorrow, I do believe, being spring equinox, I believe it's being celebrated a day, usually it's March 21st, but I do believe because the solar calendar of the universe, it perhaps dictates tomorrow. In any event, I like to open my heart to every one of you on this day and these days, on the really the wake of such tragedy and devastation to humankind, and especially all the people in Japan. So I wish to dedicate this life, this day, this moment, this feeling to all of you, especially the people who are suffering around the world, especially the Middle East and Japan. So with that said, perhaps we'll discuss some of the tools while I'm here. My buddy's there. Yesterday it was a sweltering, perhaps 65 degrees here, and a very calm day. And I really wanted to do this presentation yesterday, but you know, forces beyond my control, you know, didn't allow, you know, such an event to take place, or I would actually be really truly swarmed in bees. They were extremely active, and it really would have been wonderful. But at the same time, I will be more comfortable today. I believe it's high 50s, and in my bee suit, I will be wearing my bee suit today, and it can be quite warm in there. It's quite funny. There's actually a flaw in the suit, and I actually have to duct tape the Velcro joint where all the zippers come together and create its only vulnerable spot in the patch with the Velcro. Bees get in. They have been in my suit before, and it's uncomfortable, and it's so weird. These gloves, and I was looking at them, and it's really, this is large, this is, I believe, extra large, and there just really aren't very many of the larger variety of beekeepers, I guess, because of supply and demand. I really have a hard time getting all this stuff to fit and be comfortable in it, so I embrace the cooler weather today. A bee tool, the hive tool. And this we use, the bees they just glue everything together, and you know, and it's part of their defense mechanisms and making a tight ship, a watertight ship, let's say. And also, it just it makes it difficult for all the separations and for invaders to come in and just take apart their hive and have you know, have free will of the brood and honey stores. And then once again, and we all know the smoker here. I actually had it went out moments ago. I had lit it. I like to use a combination of white pine needles and an invasive species, very popular into the low-lying lands, the saltwater marshes, and I have mentioned it a time or two. The Phragmites, you know, the reeds, the marshy reed plant. So if Pan, the god of the forest, is about, you know, I'm using you know, instead of making a flute out of the reeds, I make the smoke. I prefer smoking hemp, but I think that's illegal in some states. So I think I will close this part of the presentation, and I won't I won't bore you with the agonies of me suiting up. Perhaps I will fall on my face, and I hate for all that stuff to be recorded on tape, because, you know, that's the stuff that you know, gets yeah, we don't need to go there. So you know, it's a shame that there wasn't as much activity here, but we are going to see an awful lot of activity soon. I just want to recap of what's going to happen next. Is I am going to open up these hive boxes for really the first time of this season and examine the brood, the health of the brood. I would love to identify the queen, but I don't want to spend a lot of time, useless time and wasted time in there. To identify the queen, I can look just for larvae, pupae states. I really do believe that the queen has been active early on. Perhaps you know, with the couple of days of warmer weather and the feeding and the activity of the hive itself and gathering has promoted all these things. So I want to verify this, check the health of the entire hive, the wax, make sure that we don't have too much of a pest invasion. We get the wax beetles, little wax beetles that go in there. They're little brown, or I'm sorry, little black beetles. And then we have the notorious the wax moth, and both of them can go in there and do quite devastation into the wax hive bodies themselves. So this is our goal, and then building up, you know, existing or extra, comb, and it was, and I just wanted to point out once again that, I feel really blessed that that I have my own honey processing equipment, and I'm able to go in the wintertime in the stillness and the coolness of when we often take refuge into our homes and do more inside home, and families are closer in the wintertime, spending more times together because of the elements outside. And I think all of this is important in human development and in our connection with nature, being one with nature, which I often talk about. So I think with any more, I'm going to just keep talking away until the battery dies. You know this, so I just want to say I love you all. Peace, love, and light. Puma Ghostwalker. Thank you so much.